In a world full of fear and doubt, these two characters represent strength, courage, and honor, as well as the power of nature, and the balance between order and chaos. They are often portrayed as a noble warrior, who are not only physically strong, but also has a strong sense of justice and duty. Superman from the DC universe and Thor from the Marvel universe. They represent a sense of otherworldliness, and power beyond that of normal humans. They stand out as unique and powerful, but also use their abilities to protect and serve humanity. We're here to analyze their powers and abilities to determine who would win in a one-on-one fight. If you like the content and want to be updated for new contents, just hit subscribe button and like to be a member of our clan. Superman is one of the most iconic and beloved characters in pop culture, and his personality is an essential part of what makes him so memorable. As a superhero, Superman is known for his unwavering sense of justice, selflessness, and incredible strength. He is a symbol of hope, courage, and inspiration, and his personality reflects these traits in many ways. Superman's birth name is Kal-El, and his parents are Jor-El and Lara Lor-Van. They were members of the Kryptonian High Council, an advanced alien race that lived on the planet Krypton. Jor-El was a brilliant scientist who discovered that their planet was on the brink of destruction due to an impending planetary explosion. In a desperate effort to save their newborn son, Jor-El and Lara constructed a spacecraft and sent him to Earth, a planet with an environment that would give Kal-El extraordinary abilities due to Kryptonians being evolved under a red sun. They hoped that he would be found and raised by a loving family who would protect and care for him, and that he would be able to use his incredible powers to help others. When Kal-El arrived on Earth, he was discovered by a farmer and his wife, Jonathan and Martha Kent, who adopted him and raised him as their own. They named him Clark Kent, and they instilled in him the values of honesty, compassion, and selflessness. As he grew older, Clark began to realize that he was not like other children, and he learned to control his incredible powers. With his adoptive parents' guidance, Clark eventually became Superman, a symbol of hope and justice for the people of Earth. Despite the tragic circumstances that led to his arrival on our planet, Superman is a shining example of the potential for good that exists in all of us. Superman's strength allows him to battle Omega-level threats, such as Darkseid, which has shown great strength that could destroy planets. Others, such as Black Adam, which is God tier, gives Superman the ability to travel around without relying on super speed or walking. It allows Superman to move at an speed to the point where he could travel faster than light. Superman can also swim at speeds approaching Aquaman's speed, as well as run at speeds similar to that of the Flash. In addition to X-ray vision and heat vision, Superman was also given telescopic and microscopic vision. The character could see across interstellar distances and observe events that occurred on a microscopic and even atomic level. He could also see across the full electromagnetic spectrum, including infrared and ultraviolet light. Superman could hear sound at almost any wavelength and at great distances. His hearing is used for people calling him for his help as for distress calls. The ability to project beams of intense heat from his eyes is among Superman's most enduring and iconic powers. It was originally attributed as a byproduct of his X-ray vision, but was reintroduced as a power in its own right. Like all superheroes, Superman represents a wish fulfillment fantasy, and who among us hasn't fantasized about being invulnerable to the slings and arrows of pain and injury? Superman's invulnerability has varied wildly throughout his publication history. Superman's breath was capable of freezing objects and generating hurricane-force winds. His super breath can extinguish fires or freeze things. He could also hold his breath indefinitely, allowing him to travel underwater or in space without breathing apparatus. Thor was born to the king of the Asgardian gods, Odin Borson, and the earth goddess Gaia. He grew up in Asgard, under Odin's tutelage, and trained in his footsteps to one day lead Asgard. Besides Odin, his mother Frigga, and his adopted brother Loki are the only family he knows, alongside his best friends Sif, Balder, and the Warriors 3. Throughout his youth, Thor tested his limits on dangerous missions, and became worthy of the Uru hammer Mjolnir, using it to save Sif from the death goddess Hela. While the hammer wields destructive powers, it also has the power to build, and Thor also uses it to consecrate treaties and bless weddings. In Thor's coming of age, he fell through a portal and battled the demigod Hercules. Equal in strength, they fought until Zeus halted their encounter, sending Thor back to Asgard and wiping the memories of both warriors. During the 9th century, Thor spent time on Earth, leading Vikings into battle. It was not until Thor's loyal Vikings attacked a Christian monastery that he turned his back on his followers, leaving Earth and spending centuries in Asgard. Regarding superhuman senses, heroes like Spider-Man or DC's Superman come to mind. However, Thor's superhuman senses are just as keen, if not stronger, than these iconic superheroes. Furthermore, often in the comics, Thor's superhuman sense of hearing and sight outmatches Superman's due to his godly heritage. A prime example of Thor's super senses was when he was able to track the Silver Surfer, traveling at the speed of light. Thor can also hear calls for help from across the galaxy, and see objects at the edge of the universe. In addition to being the god of thunder, Thor is also the Asgardian god of strength. As such, he is physically the strongest of the Asgardian gods, and he is said to be able to lift 100 tons. However, many sources classify his strength as well above 100 tons, according to his power grid. Thor has shown many feats of strength over the years, and defeated or battled to a standstill many of the world's most powerful creatures, including the Midgard serpent. Thor can move significantly faster than any human on foot, and can reach up to Mach 32 when throwing Mjolnir. Thor has been able to withstand attacks from several of the universe's most powerful beings, including the Asgardian destroyer. Thor has the ability to manipulate vast amounts of energy. Using Mjolnir, he can channel the storm's energy into blasts so powerful that he can destroy secondary adamantium. Being a god whose heritage is both half Asgardian and half Elder God affords Thor virtual invulnerability and immunity to any such human ailments as diseases, toxins, poisons, and highly resistant to most conventional injuries. Thor has shown the ability to fly and levitate without his hammer.
Retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Both are incredibly powerful superheroes, with their own unique abilities and strengths. First, let's consider the strengths of each character. Superman is incredibly strong, with the ability to lift and move heavy objects with ease, and he also has a range of other abilities such as heat vision, X-ray vision, and super speed. On the other hand, Thor possesses godlike strength, a powerful hammer called Mjolnir, and control over thunder and lightning. Superman could use his speed to outmaneuver Thor and land some powerful punches. Since Superman is also extremely durable, he could withstand Thor's attacks and keep fighting. Meanwhile, Thor's strength, while formidable, may not be enough to take down Superman. Superman's abilities are not limited to physical strength. He also has heat vision and other energy-based powers that could potentially overwhelm Thor. With that, Superman defeats Thor on a one-on-one fight. Of course, this is all hypothetical, and the outcome of a fight between Superman and Thor would depend on many variables.